What's going on, everybody? What's shaking? What's shaking? Welcome to Off the Record. Hope everybody's doing well. We'll give it a few minutes here. Just a few minutes. Make sure everybody knows we're going live. Meantime, let's say some hellos. What's up, Jim? How are you? Mustard and Biscuits. Good to see you. Jim Thompson, again. West Texas. What's up, brother? Great Scott. How are you? Good to see you. Ed Easy. What's going on? Fatty. What's shaking? War 3840. What's going on? Good to see everybody. What's up, Joseph? Showtime. What's up, brother? Mishy. Hey. All things silver. Maestro Metals. What's going on? Littlefoot Silver Stacker. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Got a good one going for you. We'll hit it in just 1 minute. I'll give everybody a minute to get over here. Yeah, Fatty. The hot nurse is taking care of MSJ. He's feeling better. He feels okay. He's just coughing up a storm. So he should be good to go for the coin show this weekend. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't miss that, even if he's got to put a mask on. But hope you guys are doing well. Real quick, again, if you missed it, and I don't think anybody in here did, we were able to raise $10,000 at the at our auction. $10,000. You guys were incredible. Your generosity was just amazing. Snakebite, what's going on? My silver journey. We're just talking about you. knocking on heaven's door over there. Buy up gold and silver. Welcome. Good to see everybody. Just got in the car. Oh, you're heading home. Okay. Well, I'm glad you can get home, get some rest. All right, guys. So we've got a pretty good show for you. Just a disclaimer. This is not a precious metals show. So if you came here thinking we're going to talk about metals, we are not. We do metals on Wednesdays when we go live with My Silver Journey, and I do my videos on Sundays. So there you go. This one is just a little fun, little sideshow that I put on, and kind of a forum just to kind of vent a little bit and share some current events and just basically have a laugh. All right. We got to laugh at if we can't laugh at society, what good is it? Because that's about all we can do these days. Right. But we're going to go ahead and start. So let me get this thing queued up. All right. We are going to start off with our favorite person. You guys know you love her. You got to love her. What's up, Chris? Rosie O'Donnell. Running her mouth again. For someone who left the country to live in Ireland because she suffers from Trump derangement syndrome, we still hear a lot from this pathetic excuse of a human being for whatever reason. Case in point, in her latest rant, she's encouraging a mass blackout where liberals all over the country don't work or spend money for a week in order to tank Trump's economy. A couple things wrong with that, Rosie. Number one, liberals own businesses too. You going to shut them out for a week? I don't know too many businesses that could survive with no business for a week. So they'd be hurting themselves in the process. So it doesn't make much sense. Number two, in order to pull off an entire week, most would probably double shop the week prior. Makes sense, right? If you're going to take a week off and load up on stuff to survive. In other words, double what they'd usually buy. That would pretty much tank the week that they didn't. So break even. Got to think about that. And lastly, I don't know too many folks, working folks who can take an unpaid week off and not feel the sting of missing 40 hours or more in their paycheck. Nice try, Rosie. Try again, fool. So there you have it. Our favorite person. You guys know that if you go to our lives, we love cracking on Rosie. I'll tell you what, she makes it too easy. Too damn easy. All right, next. New York has a new socialist mayor, if you haven't heard. Zoran Mamdani. I can't pronounce it. He thought he would trump Trump by raising taxes on the rich and on corporations. Oh, first off, the guy has done nothing but stick his hand out for donations pretty much ever since he won the mayoral race in New York. He's now asking money for his transition into the position, one that the public has never been tasked with funding. Those who win positions, political positions, they pick up that tab for the transition. Anyway, his plan that he pushed during his campaign about taxing the rich and corporations, he can't do it. He cannot do it. Um, it's amazing that he thought he could. He has zero power to do that. He would need state approval for one, and the governor has already shot it down, saying that nothing's changing. She's not going to buy it. So if you elect a socialist mayor, play socialist games, right? But guys, get your popcorn out because New York City is going to be lit during the next 4 years that this guy's in office. So it's unbelievable. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Yeah, Starbucks. I heard about Starbucks. The baristas are they're rebelling. I can't even remember, guys. I can't even tell you the last time I bought anything at Starbucks. Me and $12 coffees don't get along. Period. So not doing it. They can strike all they want. Jim says, "What's worse than a socialist Democrat running for office? A bunch of stupid voters." Correct. They put them. They put them in there. They put them in there. So let them live with it. It's insane. And Wes says, if you have an erection and last over 4 hours, a picture of Rosie is the cure. That'll do it. That'll do it. Fatty's never been to a Starbucks. I don't blame you. You're not missing anything. You're not missing anything. All right, moving on. This is a good one. I found this one last week, and I thought this was a good one. So let's talk really quickly about reparations for African Americans. Look, slavery was a bad time it was a bad period. I get it. I completely do not agree with slavery or how it went down in the past, but we've kind of moved on from that. But you have folks like this TikToker who claims America owes African Americans a minimum of $300,000 each in reparations. $300,000. That's it. I wonder how she came up with that. Look, here's the thing. First off, slavery, we get it. It wasn't a good thing. Bad time. But my relatives weren't even in this country when slavery was prevalent. They were still in Italy making pasta and pizza and whatever. So asking me for money, yeah, that's pretty much a moot point. I don't owe you a dime, lady. I don't owe you anything. And what about the other nationalities that were basically slaves here in the U.S.? Irish, Italians, Polish, bunch of others. We could name a whole list. They were basically facing living in squalor and receiving low to no wages, or they could immediately enlist in the military. Basically, you had two choices. So, do they get reparations? Nope. Someone needs to remind this TikToker that there were African tribes who sold their own people into slavery. They weren't free. Slaves were not free. We didn't just go, white man didn't just sail over, pick them up, say, come on, we're taking you. Didn't work like that. Tribes sold their own people and profited from it. So I don't condone slavery one bit, but this is nothing short of playing on emotions of the past and a basic extortion attempt. Got to be serious now. All right, let's see. Catching up on the chat. Mishi says, my people were oppressed by the English. Where are my reparations? Exactly. It's the same concept. Same concept. So let's move on to the next one. All right. These are the folks that are educating your children. Okay. This is in the Vail School District in Arizona. And these teachers posted for this picture. It's since been removed, but it was too late. The damage was done. This was their response to Charlie Kirk being assassinated. There you go. Teachers teaching our kids. This is how they act. Okay. Applauding the assassination. I don't get it. These are the same idiots who are in charge of molding the young minds of our kids. And when they graduate high school and go to college, guess what? The manipulation doesn't stop. We have quite a share of aggressive liberal instructors who are going to pick up the pace right where they left off in high school. So it's disgraceful. It's disgusting. And regardless about how you felt about Kirk, love him, hate him, whatever, he was a husband and a father. Okay. This is just off the charts, freaking stupid. Just stupid. And mentally ill, yes, fatty, absolutely. You've got serious issues if you feel the need to react like this. And I've got one at the end of this. You just love that one. All right. Lastly, for Are You Kidding Me? Got one more here. All right. Dylan Mulvaney won Woman of the Year by Attitude Magazine in 2023. That's awesome. Congratulations, sir. Congrats. Kind of irrelevant anyway. How many of you have actually heard of Attitude Magazine? I know I haven't. Anyway, this guy, and let's call it what it is. He's a guy. He's parlayed his act into a very lucrative business. Okay, he's making money hand over fist. So it is what it is. Look, I fully believe a person can do whatever they want to do. It is what it is. We're not going to stop them. Let them live the way they want to live. But if you're going to be a woman and you're a man, then maybe you should have everything removed and actually do the physical transformation if you feel that strongly about it. This guy hasn't done that yet. Hasn't done it. He's basically a female impersonator at this point, and he's made a lot of freaking money doing it. A lot of money. But if you're going to claim, for example, this is a true case now. People call themselves furries out there. I don't know if you guys have seen that. They call themselves furries and they dress up like animals and they go about their daily life acting like, say, a cat. All right. Here's my thought process on that. If you're going to claim to be a cat, then act like a cat. All right. That means I want to see you eating friggin' canned cat food, dry cat food. I want to see you eat it. And you need to go use the litter box instead of the lav. Okay. You can't use the restroom. Litter box. If you're going to act stupid, you're going to act entitled, and you want to be a furry, go all the way. Don't just half-ass it. Go all the way. At least go full cat. If you're going to try and pull this off, go full cat. So, I don't know. Littlefoot says he went to the Renaissance Fair this weekend, and it was overrun with furries. Yeah, it's scary how big this is. It's damn scary. I'm telling you. Scary stuff. These people actually, whether it's a cry for attention, mental illness, who knows? Who knows? I kind of want to go with the latter, saying it's mental illness. So, Jim says it's truly sad to see World War II vets saying we fought and died for this. It was for nothing. Truly, truly sad. I get how they feel. I get it, but at the time they fought for what they believed in, and America was worth fighting for. Folks, it's still worth fighting for. America is still, if we coerce to these people, we let them win, we just accept it as behavior that's going to be okay with everybody, then they win. Okay? Most of this crap going on with the he, she said, they, them, binary, non-binary, look, I don't even try to understand that crap, and I'm not gonna. So call me whatever you want to call me. I'm not trying to understand your little pronouns and your little. I'm not doing it. I have no time nor desire in my life to put up with or learn that way of life because I don't agree with it. All right. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. You do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't have to agree with it. I don't want to shove down my throat. And it doesn't give you any more rights than I do. I get the same rights that you do, no matter what you claim to be. What's up, Emerald? How are you? It's crazy stuff. All right, let's see. Vietnam apparently got hit with a deadly storm. Yeah, thoughts and prayers to those folks. That's crazy. So, all right, let's move on. Oh, snap. We're still talking about the snap debacle. Now, anyone with common sense knows that this program, the SNAP program, has been incredibly abused. You know it, I know it, the world knows it, but we want to just tiptoe around it. We don't want to state facts. Don't want to piss anybody off, right? But how much? Well, let's give you guys just a hint. Let's give you guys just a little bit of a hint how much this program is being abused. Here you go.
What we have found is staggering. 500,000 people getting benefits 2 times under the same name. 5,000 dead people. 80% of the able-bodied Americans, meaning they can work, they don't have small children at home, they're not taking care of an elderly parent, they can work and they choose not to work.
There you have it. That's a lot of people that don't rate. First of all, and I think I saw it in the chat, everyone on Snap should have to reapply. Two things should happen. You should obviously you need to qualify. Okay, your situation needs to qualify. Popping out kids every year should not be a reason. Either go get your damn tubes tied or stop having kids with 8 different baby daddies. All right. You're popping out kids just to get the benefits so you don't have to work. You can't tell me that's not happening. It is. Oh, it's very much happening. So, and it's not one race, it's whites, it's every race doing it. They're all doing it. And you heard the numbers. Those numbers, they are what they are. Dead people are claiming benefits. So somebody's getting them. Some I forget the number, but we have people collecting double benefits. We are not running this program correctly, and it's costing us a shit ton of money. It's costing you and me a crap ton of money. All right. This program is not cheap. It's not cheap. All right. And if we would actually do the due diligence and make sure it gets to the people who actually freaking need it, it would be a big difference. It'd be a huge difference. Unbelievable. Now, just for giggles, here's one of our Snap champions now.
Because of the Republicans, I am going to lose my food stamps. I am literally going to starve.
Do you work?
I am.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's what we're working with, guys. That's what we're working with. Don't ask them if they work. Don't ask them if they're able. Don't ask them if they should be collecting benefits. It is what it is. She was actually offended that she was asked if she had a job. You could see it in her eyes. She was offended. And lastly, we're going to move on from the Snap thing, but here's some real talk for you.
You're the one living the luxury life, no job, still getting paid. See, you think this is because we don't care, but really this is because you don't care. Because that's not free money. That's my money. My nails aren't done and yours are. I'm not selfish for wanting more of my money to go to me. I work, I budget, I sacrifice, I skip luxury so my family's needs are met. See, conservatives weren't sitting around in a seance, okay, begging for people to lose their benefits. You think we get some weird satisfaction out of people losing them. But that's not what this is, okay? This is out of all of our control, but you get evidence of where other people's money is going, and you're not thinking, oh, I need to start looking for a job. It's messed up that it's other people's money. No, you're thinking I need to start looting, stealing, and burning. You don't care that some of us are out here grinding while others are finessing the system and then throwing tantrums where the money stops. This is because you don't care. Your reaction.
I freaking love her. I absolutely love her. Beautiful, intelligent, and to the freaking point. She gets it. She gets it. I love that woman. She just flat out said it. She's saying what everybody else is thinking. Yeah, they need a complete reform. Snap needs a complete freaking reform. Make them qualify. Make them look for jobs. If they're able-bodied, you should have to be looking for a job on a weekly basis and prove that you were looking for a job. Okay? Maybe they should be drug tested. I don't know. Maybe that's discriminatory. I don't know. But you shouldn't be on drugs and collecting benefits. So that's it for Snap. I could go on and on about that one, but it'd be a 3-hour show. 3-hour show. All right, next up. Yep, government shutdown. Government shutdown. This was a big deal. This was a big deal. It was a long, drawn-out bullshit big deal. We all recall how Democrats were demonizing Trump over this shutdown, right? And when in reality, Trump was ready to sign off on everything, and the majority of Republicans had already voted yes to everything and to reopen. But Democrats, they held firm. They insisted on specific priorities, such as healthcare tax credits and protections for Medicaid, rather than agreeing to Republican funding bills they view as unchanged or punitive. So that's what they said initially. That's why they say, well, you're not going to agree to what we want and this and that. So they made it look like it was they were standing up for the people. So they held out. Democrats held out, effectively keeping the government shut down. So what, 45, 60, 50? I don't even know how many days, but it was one of the longest ever. And who paid the price? Who paid the price? Government workers, people collecting benefits that really needed the benefits, and the general population. Military. I think military, there were times where they didn't miss pay. If I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me on that if it's wrong. But a funny thing about that, guys, you're going to love this. Democrats used to think very, very differently back in the day when it came to shutdowns. Case in point.
It is not normal to shut down the government when we don't get what we want.
If the government shuts down, it will be average Americans who suffer most.
Shutdowns are not good for the economy.
The truth is that shutting down the government is a serious and dangerous action that we must do everything possible to prevent.
Families will be hurt. Farmers will be hurt. Everyday Americans whose lives were turned upside down by extreme weather events like hurricanes and floods and wildfires will be hurt.
There are real consequences when the government shuts down. It harms our national security, it harms our economy, and it harms service members, veterans, retirees.
You can't make this up. Those were Democrats back during the Biden administration. All right. They insisted currently that they weren't using the shutdown as leverage, right? And back in the day, they used to think shutting down the government was not cool, shouldn't happen. It creates too much damage and it hurts the population. They were all in agreement on this, right? The Democrats during the Biden administration were completely against shutting down the government. Well, this shoots it down.
We need to do this while we have the leverage.
Of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer, but it is one of the few leverage times we have.
You reopen the government and we lose our leverage, there has to be an agreement right now. That's what this whole shutdown is about.
You heard there from Bernie. That's what this whole shutdown was about. There has to be an agreement. So they held out because they wanted to basically, they didn't want to go by Trump's policies. They wanted to go make it last as long as they could. So what changed between the Biden administration and the Trump administration? Okay. Hypocrisy at its finest. That's all it is. And here is the final clip from them. This is the Democrats giving in.
Many of my friends are unhappy. They think we should have kept our government closed indefinitely to protest the policies of the Trump administration.
There it is.
I share their opinions of this administration, but cannot accept a strategy which wages political battle at the expense of my neighbor's paycheck or the food for his children. Mr. President, I yield the floor.
All right. So enough Democrats caved in and the government reopened, basically. But you heard what he said. Never mentioned anything about benefits for people, nothing. It was all about power. It was a power struggle. They wanted to use this thing as leverage, and people got hurt in the process. So there you go. So anytime you tell me the Democrats are all about their people, their constituents, you're not going to convince me. They use this as a bargaining chip. That's all they did. And they didn't give a damn who got hurt in the process. Didn't give a damn. Okay. It was never about clean resolutions and all that other garbage. That was right from the horse's mouth. You just heard it. It was leverage and a protest against the policies of the Trump administration. So children fighting children and arguing and taking their ball and going home. And Americans suffered. It is what it is. So yeah, don't ever tell me that the Dems are all about their people, using their people as leverage. And that's exactly what it was. It was leverage the whole time. All right, we're up to illegal immigration. Boy, the Dems have been giving Trump a ton of crap over ICE, deportations, anything else they can bitch about with illegal immigration and the way Trump has handled it. The fur is flying. It's flying. But once again, we're going to take a trip back in time again, because I want to show you something. And you guessed it, Democrats used to feel very, very differently about illegal immigration. You can't make this up. Check it out.
We do not want to do anything to encourage more illegal immigration into this country. We know now that too many people come in for medical care as it is. We certainly don't want them having the same benefits that American citizens are entitled to have.
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace, as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan.
Sounds familiar.
We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws.
Oh, we are now.
It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
So, this is not going to be a free ride. What's going to happen is you are going to learn English. You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally. I think the American people, they appreciate and believe in immigration, but they can't have a situation where you just have 500,000 people pouring over the border without any kind of mechanism to control it.
Hypocrisy at its finest. Now, here's the thing, guys. Those 3 video clips that I showed you, I completely agreed with the Democrats. Everything they said was correct. And that's how we should have been facing illegal immigration all along. Same thing, right? I agree with everything they said because it made sense. All right. But that's when they were in power. Now they're not in power. And the same words and the same actions Trump has taken. It's like he just took this from the playbook, and we're doing the same thing, right? He's doing the same thing, saying the same words, using the same resources. But boy, the Democrats all of a sudden are giving him a bunch of hell, just demonizing the guy, saying, yeah, you can't be doing that. You're splitting up families. You're doing this. It's illegal. ICE shouldn't be out there. What the hell is wrong with these people? Seriously, what is wrong with this? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get how you could feel one way during one administration or several prior administrations, and all of a sudden you have done a complete turnaround, and you feel so much differently now that Trump's in power. Give me a freaking break, will you? Here's one smart lady who breaks it down for you.
Now, because when Obama deported 3.2 million people in his first term, he used ICE. There was ICE raids, and over 80% of the deportations were without due process. It's just that the mainstream media did not cover Obama's deportations extensively, and they certainly didn't share a bunch of sob stories.
There you have it. That's it in a nutshell. Obama's deportations were barely a blip on the radar. But when Trump institutes the same policies, the same actions, using the same resources, the media is all over it. And the Dems are jumping up and down like a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum. If the Democrats would just govern and assist in governing, and Republicans can if they could just meet in the middle somewhere, this country would be so much better off. But all they're going to do for these the next 3 years Trump's in office, they're going to do everything in their power to discredit everything he does. Now, look, I get it. He runs off at the mouth. He's a little uncouth at times. I get that. And I don't like that part about him. I like when he speaks his mind, but I don't like when he just goes past where he should be. You have to use some decorum. All right. And he just spouts off and just says whatever's on his mind. It is what it is. But look, you got to support the president. You got to meet in the middle. If these two sides would just stop the freaking bickering and rule and just govern, I think we'd be a hell of a lot better off. Somewhere along the line, these politicians, all these politicians forgot, by the people, for the people. They said, the hell with you all. We're just going to use everything. We'll make money. We're going to get loaded while we're in office. It's amazing how many of them come out multimillionaires. And, we care about us. They're going to take care of themselves. That's it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So one more current event item, and it's benefits for illegal immigrants. It's a known fact that Democratic governors signed into law, the ability to offer healthcare insurance for immigrants without legal status. You can look it up. You can Google it. You can do whatever you want to do. Democratic governors signed into law the ability to pay out benefits to illegals. But they continue to deny that. And you're going to love this one. Watch this.
I haven't heard anybody in my party saying that illegal immigrants should get access to the health insurance marketplace.
I'm so glad you said that. Actually, I have some tape of your Democratic Party members saying this on the debate stage. So they've all said it. Let's play the clip.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
There you go.
Senator, that's literally every member of your party.
Literally every member of your party. There you have it. I mean, talk about just double talk and lying. Nothing else even needs to be said about that. But what does need to be said is that it cost us $9.1 billion. 9.1, let this number sink in, $9.1 billion in 2024 to fund Medicare for illegal immigrants. During the first 3 years, it gets better. First 3 years of the Biden administration, emergency medical services for illegal immigrants cost us $16.2 billion. Let those numbers sink in. Unbelievable. SGTRP, what's going on? Let's see. El, how are you? Littlefoot is asking, how would you have responded to the people that said don't follow orders? Yeah, I didn't even cover that one tonight. Democrats were basically, to me, if you talked, all they bitched about was the White House, the siege on the White House by Trump's minions. To me, you're affecting the same thing when you're telling the military, don't do this, don't do that. I hate to tell you, but if you disobey a direct order in the military, I don't care what politician you are, you don't give a shit about the troops that you're telling it to defy an order. That guy's going to friggin' Leavenworth. It doesn't work like that. It's easy for these people to sit up on high on their throne and say, hey, Mr. Military guy, Mr. E2, make sure you defy any orders that come out. That E2 is going to jail, guys. He's going to jail. So, treason, the word has come up, treason, absolutely. So to answer that question, if I was told to ignore my direct orders, I would not ignore them. All right. I signed on the dotted line to defend this country against all terrorists, domestic and foreign. It is what it is. And to me, some of these people in office are domestic terrorists. To actually encourage the military to defy a direct order, what the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? To me, that's treason. That's treason. And all you're trying to do is disrupt Trump. That's what it all boils back down to. You're trying to disrupt Trump and his policies. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. So just keeps getting better, guys. Just keeps getting better. All right, let's move on. Let's see. We're getting closer, guys.
No. No.
Oh, Lordy. All right, our next section is what the hell.
The one living the luxury life, no job, still get.
Here. Hit a button somewhere. Go figure. All right, let me get this here. Sorry about this. You get to see the baby again. All right, this section is what the hell? What the hell? This is kind of just some random stuff that I find completely ridiculous. All right, so the first one is going to be Omar Fateh. I don't know how I'm pronouncing that, but he is a gentleman of Somalian descent, and he was running for mayor in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's just get a gander at one of the ways he chose to campaign. You're going to love this.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Somalia. Somalia.
No US.
Hiran State. Mawisle. Mawisle. Early voting was hadda illa November 4. I need your vote. Wani di bahanahay. Wani di bahanahay. I need you. Hadan udkina hello. We're gonna win.
First off, this guy reminds me of the I'm the Captain Now guy in Captain Phillips. I don't know if you guys saw that movie with Tom Hanks. He looks just like him. Looks just like him. But holy hell, you're running for an office in the United States, in a town in the United States. You've got a freaking Somali flag in the background. You're waving another Somali flag in your hand. You're standing in front of the U.S. flag, pretty much blocking it. You're speaking in Somali. Yada, yada, freaking yada. The balls on this guy. The freaking balls on this guy pulling that crap in an American city. Now, I'll grant this. He was most assuredly addressing a majority Somalian crowd. Okay, so I kind of get it. But what I'll never condone is living in the USA and putting another country above it. No country should ever be put above this country if you're living in it. Now, I can't tell you how many. I've gone downtown Raleigh, and I have seen other countries' flags flying above United States flags. Completely illegal, by the way, and for good reason. No other country's flag should fly over the United States flag, ever. Not even military flags. If I want to do my Marine Corps flag, it goes below the United States flag. It goes below the United States. Every flag in this country had better damn well go below that American flag. Okay, but I've seen countless places where either there is no American flag, they're flying their country's flag, or it's above the United States flag. That's unacceptable. If you miss the way where you came from, go back. If you miss it that much to where you want to just disrespect this country and all the opportunities you're given, go back. Okay? I don't get it. I don't get it. But if this guy loves Somalia so much, why did he leave in the first place? Ask yourself that. All right? We offer more opportunities here. He has a chance to make something of himself. Everybody who comes here legally has a chance to make a good life for themselves. There's opportunity. Does it work for everybody? No. But if you come here, it's probably better than where you came from. Somalia, it's getting better, but believe it or not, tourism is actually up in Somalia. But let's face it, it's a tough little area. Okay? It's tough. So I don't know. I think we're going to see more and more of this type of crap as we inexplicably find this type of behavior acceptable. We got too many people who are agreeing with stuff like this. Americans are becoming used to it. They're like, hey, oh, well, yeah, he's doing what he does. Negative. By the way, he did lose the race. I think I saw that in the chat. So he did lose the race. So at least some folks saw through his bullshit. I don't get it. All right, I told you earlier that I had one more Charlie Kirk idiot vid. Check this out.
Yeah, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with Charlie Kirk.
I would say pour one out for Kirky Boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
I haven't posted on TikTok in a long time, but I'm gonna now because rest in peace, Bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah, and I could not be happier. Praise fucking be.
Screw you. Screw all these people. Screw them all. I'm sorry. Again, I don't care what side of the fence you are politically. if that's the way you feel about somebody being brutally assassinated, taken away way too soon from his wife and kids, and a kid on the way, if you're okay with that shit, I don't need to know anything about you. I don't need to know shit about you. Nothing. I don't want to be associated with you. I don't want to know anything about you. I don't care about you. If that's how you feel, I want nothing to do with that crap. Nothing. You can see the people. There was a common theme. Colored hair, nose rings. It's almost always an indicator of where their opinions are going to point. Not always, but some. Again, love him, hate him. Charlie Kirk. That crap was unnecessary. Completely. All right, one more. What the hell?
Sounds like they're building another wing to the White House, but we appreciate you keeping your focus.
You can't even imagine, TJ. It's going to happen for the next 2 years. All of the banging, the jackhammering, the dust, the confusion, the noise of all places to do construction is happening right here, the front lawn of the White House.
It's a 4-year renovation project. Estimated cost, $376 million.
$376 million. Okay, we do have to clarify, though. We do have to clarify something, and I'll do that in a minute. Those same people we just saw laughing about Charlie Kirk, same ones that were all up in arms against Trump, adding a ballroom to the White House. And I just showed you the video. So we already established last time I did the show that no taxpayer money was used for Trump's ballroom. Okay, contrary to popular belief, Democratic belief, and everybody trying to bring him down. He didn't use a single dime of taxpayer money on that ballroom. It was privately funded. Okay, remember that. It was privately funded. So, yeah, he didn't use any taxpayer money, period, bottom line. But then you're going to have people crying about he's tearing up the White House. He's tearing it up. He's not tearing it up. Again, if you're going to cry about that, why aren't you crying about damn near every president in the past who's made modifications? They've all done it. They've all made modifications to the White House. You can look it up. Obama made plenty. He made plenty. Nobody cared. Nobody made a big deal out of it like Trump. Nobody cared. Trump does it, and we're back to destroying a national monument. Holy hell. We're destroying a national monument. Trump's an idiot. Here's a news flash. Here's one for you. And one of the reasons you can't trust everything you read. When Obama took office, you guys saw that graphic. $376 million of taxpayer money was spent. It was spent. Now, I'm going to stand up for Obama on this one. That caption is misleading on that picture you just saw. That $376 million was taxpayer funded, but it was for much needed modernization. The White House is old, guys. It's old. So it's for modernization and upgraded support systems. Okay. Wasn't anything personal that Obama chose. And I am not an Obama fan. Okay. So me sticking up for him for any reason is it's me making a concession here. But yeah, the Obamas also added their own touches to the White House. But guess what? They didn't use any they didn't use any taxpayer money either. So a lot of people, that graphic was actually incorrect, and it was misleading. So I wanted to show you that. You can't believe everything you see on TikTok, Facebook, or fake book is what I call it, X, all that crap. You can't believe everything you see. So that's the world today. Seems like everyone gets their news from very manipulated media, and it just takes off from there. Okay. All right. So our last segment for the night is. Now that's funny. We've talked about a lot of serious stuff tonight. I know my blood is boiling when I do this stuff. I imagine a few of you feel the same. So let's go ahead and close on a good note. Let's have a couple of laughs.
Well, some people have actually said I was the most qualified candidate ever to run for president. I'm just speaking fact. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. That woman is always good for a laugh. Always good for a laugh. All right. Next up, you got a Kung Fu Panda in real life here. Check him out. He's catching some air. Look at that air he's catching. Look out. Cover your chin. clap did it for me. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. That guy, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. And kudos to him for putting himself online looking like that. But at least he's exercising. He's getting more exercise than probably half of us. I hate to say it. But the only problem is with his little martial arts there, you better put away your shins and your chihuahuas. Because he is not catching a whole lot of air. And I think he's probably got about a 6-foot kick or 6-inch kick. So, but he's a good dude. He is a funny guy. He genuinely puts himself out there. He takes a lot of criticism. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And I love that. I love that in a person. I think it's awesome. So funny guy, fun to watch. If you find him on YouTube, give him a look. He's pretty funny. And last but not least, is size everything? Let's see. He just passed out. Poor puppy. Hello. No, sir. Look. That dog is not playing. Oh my goodness. Oh lordy. Yeah, Chihuahuas are rough, SE. Pound for pound, probably the meanest dogs on the planet. My goodness. I'm telling you. Well, guys, that's all I got tonight. I ran 17 minutes over. I guess I had more stuff than I thought I did. So apologies for that. Normally I like to keep this show to a half hour, but there's just so much good stuff going on in the world. I got to cram it all in. Got to cram it all into a half hour. It just doesn't seem possible. And we could definitely go on and on and on. No doubt. Let me get this here. All right. But other than that, yeah, SC, I'm a big dog too. And Mustard is approving the new Seat of Liberty. She is cute. Emerald Coast, wife just got a Pomeranian. Good Lord. Good luck. Good luck. I can't work with little dogs for some. I don't mind them if somebody has them. I like playing with them. But I'm afraid I don't think my Rottweiler would. I think he'd look at it as a 4-legged snack. So again, I think that's all I got for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'll try to do we'll do another show in 2 weeks. I appreciate you guys coming out. I really do. You guys have been great coming out here and listening to me, bitch. I know it's from a conservative point of view. I get it. But I'm pretty sure most of our stacking community is conservative with a few, and there's nothing wrong with being on the other side. I'm not saying that. It's just that when I do this show, it's going to be from a conservative standpoint. I am what I am. Okay. Coming out of Rhode Island, I'm surprised I ended up conservative, to be quite honest, because Rhode Island is a pretty liberal state. It's gotten worse. So it is a good time. I've had a great time doing this show, and we'll do it again in 2 weeks. And thank you again. I appreciate you guys being here, man. We had a good turnout. Everybody was killing the chat. I am going to keep doing it. Buy up gold and silver. We'll keep rolling it. So we'll do it again in 2 weeks, and we'll go from there. So you guys stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you guys on Sunday. I've got a video going on Sunday. And thank you again. I know I keep repeating it. The St. Jude auction, my gosh. Awesome. You guys were incredible. Incredible. For us to do 10K. Incredible. But you guys stay safe. I'll see you on Sunday. We'll catch you on Wednesday. Hopefully MSJ is feeling better, and we'll go ahead and go live for you. And keep stacking, get stacked, and I'll catch you guys next week. Stay blessed. Take care.